Have you ever thought about how faith works? My husband and I were completing a Bible plan on the Bible app, and it was from Tony Evans. It was called Seeing is Believing, ironically, because that's not so. But anyway, in the real world, as we call it, everybody believes that seeing is believing. But in the spiritual realm, believing is seeing. So that really got me pondering, and I got to thinking about how faith really works. And it just dawned on me that believing truly is seeing in a practical sense. When you think about it, we act according to the way that we believe. For example, for a person who always wanted to go to college, but they feel in the back of their minds that they would never make it, 9 times out of 10, they're not going to even apply. For that person who's been wanting to lose weight for a long time, if they feel like it's not going to make any difference anyway, they'll always be this size, guess what? They're not going to even try to do the things that it takes to really lose the weight. Or they would completely sabotage themselves before they even get started good. And by the way, I'm talking to myself here. In Mark chapter 9, verses 23 and 24, it reads, Jesus said unto him, If thou canst believe, all things are possible to him that believeth. And straightway the father of the child cried out and said with tears, Lord, I believe. Help thou mine unbelief. How many of us can relate to this? You find this story also in Matthew chapter 17, verses 14 to 21. Where this father has a son that's vexed with a spirit that has him falling in the fire and in the water. He was truly seeking for a cure for his child. And so in this story, the disciples were unable to help him. And Jesus comes along and takes care of the situation. The son is delivered. The son is set free from this evil spirit. Jesus rebuked the devil, and the spirit left the boy. The disciples were like, why couldn't we do this? Jesus had already given them the power to do it. And the thing is, they weren't able to. So when they asked Jesus why they couldn't do it, Jesus answered in verse 20, because of your unbelief. For verily I say unto you, if ye have faith as a grain of mustard seed, ye shall say unto this mountain, remove hence to yonder place, and it shall remove, and nothing shall be impossible to you. That's powerful. Now, of course, Jesus also told them that with this particular case, it would require prayer and fasting. But what stood out to me is that even in our day-to-day life, we can see that the way we operate shows our unbelief. Because we won't take steps necessary to see a thing if we don't even believe that it's possible. And in that, we limit what God can do in us and through us. It really just resonated with me so much how truly believing is seeing. I just want you to think about ways in which you may be limiting God and his work in your life just because of unbelief. We need to pray and ask God to help our unbelief. We can only experience this victory through the help of the Holy Spirit. Who knows how many answers to prayer we could be experiencing if we only believed that it would be so. I just wanted to give you something to think about, because truly I pondered this and I can see this in day-to-day life. I can see it in myself. I can see it in others. And I was just wondering, can you see it too? What examples come to mind when you think about the limitations that we place on ourselves and on God simply because of our unbelief. God is not short on his power. We serve an awesome God and a powerful God. How much will we allow him to work in us, through us, and for us? This word really spoke to my heart, and I just decided to share it with you. If it spoke to your heart as well, please click the like button and share it with someone else. And don't forget, as a Christian, that believing comes before seeing. God is able. I'll see you next time.